been members of the Labour Party, I'm not a member of any political party, but I just want to say, members of the Labour Party who are critical of Israel have been expelled from the Labour Party because they have been, literally for really spurious reasons, up until just a couple of months ago. So it's really interesting for me to look at David, because you're also complicit in creating this atmosphere, this McCarthyist environment, where people feel like people are not allowed to have contrary opinions. If we are, you know, this great Western society where freedom of speech is important, then of course we must be able to critique political Islamists who do send threats to people. We should be able to say, not all Muslims are Islamists. I live in Tower Hamlets. There's no no-go areas in Tower Hamlets. It's a great borough. And equally, we should also be able to say that the nation, the government of Israel, is committing really, really horrific acts against a civilian population. And people should not be expelled from the Labour Party. They should not be expelled as councillors, as actually a Jewish councillor from Lambeth Labour Party was only recently expelled.
Well, shall we pick up, David, on the point that the lady at the back raised about the councillors in Lambeth, because as I understand it, there were 4 Labour councillors in Lambeth who've been suspended simply for supporting a ceasefire motion, a Green motion, as it happened at Lambeth Council. Now, surely that is going to the other extreme, to start suspending members for supporting a ceasefire motion. That is supposed to be Labour Party policy in any case. So I think there needs to be some consistency here, and I do think that Labour is being incredibly draconian with some of its members when they do want to be able to represent their constituents, the vast majority of whom want a bilateral ceasefire now, and recognise that there's, you know, hiding behind mealy-mouthed words doesn't actually help the people who are suffering in so many numbers right now in Gaza. So let's allow councillors, for heaven's sake, to be able to support a ceasefire if that's what their constituents are asking.
Really briefly, David, really briefly.
I don't know the circumstances in Lambeth, but what I do know is the position of the Labour Party is that we support an immediate humanitarian ceasefire now. The fighting has to stop now.
So why were they suspended?
Well, that's why I'm worried about the caricature. But that is the Labour Party position. We want an immediate humanitarian ceasefire now.
All right. And that, too, is a subject I do not doubt that we will come back to, and rightly so.